Yes, unfortunately for worldwide socialism, you're listening to the Hour of the Time. I'm William Cooper. Ladies and gentlemen, it's apparent that throughout the United States, people have forgotten many things. And, of course, many of you never knew these things to begin with, and so you don't know. But after listening to this broadcast tonight, you will have no excuse. Those of you who have forgotten will remember, and those of you who have never known will discover. Listen carefully, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight I take you back in time, and we will tonight. The city of Phoenix, ladies and gentlemen, is training National Guardsmen. Training National Guardsmen to perform police duties on bicycles in neighborhoods in Phoenix in violation of the Patti Comitatus laws. Unconstitutional, illegal, the police state is here.
I can conceive of a national destiny which meets the responsibilities of today and measures up to the possibilities of tomorrow. Behold a republic resting securely upon the mountain of eternal truth. A republic applying in practice and proclaiming to the world the self-evident proposition that all men are created equal, that they're endowed with inalienable rights, that governments are instituted among men to secure these rights, and that governments derive their just powers from the consent of the governed. Behold a republic in which civil and religious liberty stimulate all to earnest endeavor, and in which the law restrains every hand uplifted for a neighbor's injury. A republic in which every citizen is a sovereign, but in which no one cares to wear a crown. Behold a republic standing erect while empires all around are bowed beneath the weight of their own armament. A republic whose flag is love, while other flags are only fear. Behold a republic increasing in population, in wealth, in strength, and in influence, solving the problems of civilization and facing the coming of a universal brotherhood. A republic which shakes thrones and dissolves aristocracies by its silent example and gives light and inspiration to those who sit in darkness. Behold a republic gradually but surely becoming the supreme moral factor in the world's progress and the accepted arbiter of the world's disputes. A republic whose history, like the path of the just, is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day.
A man named Orwell wrote a book called 1984. 1984, ladies and gentlemen, he was only 10 years off. Only 10 years off. A man named H.G. Wells in 1940 wrote a book called The New World Order. A man named George Bush said, "Our fifth goal in the Middle East is a new world order." Ladies and gentlemen, the Communist Manifesto written by Karl Marx has been implemented in the United States of America. In fact, there is not one single plank of the Communist Manifesto that is not 100% in effect today. There was a man who sat in the United Nations and pounded his shoe upon his desk, and he said, "We will bury you." The Illuminati many years ago instituted two great experiments. One is known as the United States of America. The other one was known as the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union branched, and communism reigned in China. Khrushchev said, "We will not have to invade you with an army. You will be destroyed from within." Joseph McCarthy was right.
The confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was created by the people who charged the police. Gentlemen, get the thing straight once and for all. The policeman isn't there to create disorder. The policeman is there to preserve disorder.
The policeman is there to preserve disorder. You heard it, ladies and gentlemen, from Mayor of Chicago. That was, of course, the mayor of Chicago, talking about the riots at the Democratic Convention, where peaceful demonstrators' heads were broken open because they disagreed with those in power. Treason. This is not our government. This government is full of traitors and is committing treason on a daily basis. There used to be a requirement that all government workers take an oath of allegiance to the Constitution of the United States of America. After Joseph McCarthy was vilified by the press, and after he was driven from Congress in ruins, that oath was thrown in the trash can.
Mr. Chairman, may I say that Mr. Welch talks about this being cruel and reckless. He was just baiting. He has been baiting Mr. Cohen here for hours, requesting that Mr. Cohen, before sundown, get out of any department of the government anyone who is serving the communist cause. Now, I just give this man's record, and I want to say, Mr. Welch, that it has been labeled long before he became a member, as early as 1944.
Senator, may we not drop this? We know he belongs to the Lawyers Guild. And Mr. Cohen nods his head at me. I did you, I think, no personal injury, Mr. Cohen.
No, sir.
I meant to do you no personal injury. And if I did, I beg your pardon. Let us not assassinate this lad further, Senator. You've done enough. Have you no sense of decency, sir? At long last, have you left no sense of decency?
I know this hurts you, Mr. Welch.
I'll say it hurts.
May I say, Mr. Chairman, as a point of personal privilege, I'd like to finish this.
Senator, I think it hurts you too, sir.
I'd like to finish this. I know Mr. Cohen would rather not have me go into this. I intend to, however, and Mr. Welch talks about any sense of decency. It seems that Mr. Welch is pained so deeply, he thinks it's improper for me to give the record, the Communist Front record, of the man whom he wanted to foist upon this committee. But it doesn't pain him at all. There's no pain in his chest about the attempt to destroy the reputation and take the jobs away from the young men who are working in my committee. And Mr. Welch, if I have said anything here which is untrue, then tell me. I have heard you and everyone else talk so much about laying the truth upon the table that when I heard it's completely phony, Mr. Welch, I've listened to you now for a long time, to saying now before sundown you must get these people out of government. So that I just want to have it very clear that you were not so serious about that when you tried to recommend this man for this committee. But the point is, Mr.
Chair, I'd like to say again that he does not believe Mr. Welch recommended Mr. Fisher as counsel for this committee because he had, through his office, all the recommendations which were made and does not recall any of them coming For Mr. Welch, that would include Mr. Fisher.
Well, let me ask Mr. Welch. You brought him down, did you not, to act as your assistant?
Mr. McCarthy, I will not discuss this further with you. You have sat within 6 feet of me and could have asked me about Fred Fisher. You have seen fit to bring it out, and if there is a God in heaven, it will do neither you nor your cause any good. I will not discuss it further. I will not ask Mr. Cohn any more witnesses. You, Mr. Chairman, may, if you will, call the next witness.